After using the G100 for more than 6 months, is the G100 still a good camera, or is it time to upgrade to a better camera? Let's find out in today's video. Hey friends, Gary here, welcome. I'm a big fan of micro four thirds, and today I want to share my thoughts, my experience and observation after using my Panasonic Lumix G100 camera for more than 6 months. What has changed? What stays the same? I want to compare my findings with my original review, which you can check right here that I posted a few months ago. But anyway, hopefully with this video, I hope that you can learn more about the G100, understand it better, especially with some points that I want to add in today's video, whether the G100 is the right camera for you or not. But spoiler alert, this is the camera for me. I love it so much. Anyway, to make this video more interesting and objective as well, I'm currently recording this video with my G100 and the Panasonic Leica 9mm f1.7, a really great combo by the way, and also the Sennheiser MKE100 mini shotgun microphone mounted on top of the camera. A very simple setup, yet very effective, and this is to prove the point that G100 is also great, not just for photography, but also for video. But let's dive into the video. Let's talk a little bit about what has changed compared to my previous review of the G100. First thing that changed, on my previous review, I mentioned that the G100 is a great EDC camera, everyday carry camera to document your everyday life. It has not changed. I still think that this is a great EDC camera, but the thing is, I rarely use the G100 for my EDC camera. And to be honest with you as well, I am not carrying any EDC camera except my phones, because I just don't find the need to document my everyday life using a dedicated camera. You know, it's kind of weird when I think about it, because I want to take more photos, I want to practice more photography, I want to go out and document my life in the best way possible, but I don't carry a dedicated camera. Maybe this needs to change, and maybe this is the sign where I should grab one of my camera, maybe the G100 for my everyday carry camera. But nevertheless, this is a great candidate for that, because the G100 is small, it is light, it is not that much bigger or heavier than my smallest micro four thirds camera in my collection, which is the Panasonic Lumix GF9 right here. The G100 offers some significant upgrade to the GF9, mainly the better manual control, the better grip for handling, and also a dedicated EVF, which the GF9 doesn't have. So for an everyday carry camera, I think the G100 is the perfect camera for that. However, the G100 has been my favorite travel camera. I brought it to Iceland last year, and it captured so many keeper shots with my super zoom lens, the 14:1 40mm f3.5 to f5.6. I was able to capture basically anything, and I mean anything: scenery, street photography, and also a little bit of wildlife, portraits of my wife, everything with just one camera and that super zoom lens. I was very satisfied with the performance of the G100, and also it is very comfortable to use for a long time thanks to that better grip on the front and the better positioned shutter button and command dial, the great manual control, and also the small and lightweight package. It's the perfect travel camera. I also brought this guy to Singapore, and mainly I took pictures in Singapore with the G100 with the Panasonic Leica 25mm f1.4 lens. I captured some great photos there with this combination, really love it as well. And just recently I went back from Bali, also with the G100, and I used the small Panasonic Lumix 14mm f2.5 right here, just one lens with the G100. I was able again to capture anything that I need. I had a lot of fun doing it. The G100 offers some great handling, as I mentioned before, great performance, and also great image quality as well. That 20 megapixel sensor performed really well to give me some punchy, colorful, contrasty pictures that I really love. Now I want to emphasize the point a little bit about the G100 being a small and lightweight camera. Right here I have my older smartphone. This is the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, and now I'm going to put some B-rolls comparing the G100 with my S21 FE. My phone is even smaller than modern day flagship smartphones. So yeah, as you can see with the size comparisons, the G100 versus my phones, in terms of width and height, the G100 is smaller. Yes, the G100 is so much thicker compared to my phones, but the point is that the G100 is a small camera. When you compare other cameras with my phone will look so small, and the G100 being a small camera does have a lot of advantage, but I think the best advantage of being a small camera is that you will more likely to take it out with you to take some more photos. When you're traveling, you'll be more inclined to bring this camera with you, and when you're on the destination, you'll be able to take great photos with this camera instead of just using your phones. With smaller camera, you'll take it out more often. When you take out your camera more often, you'll take more picture with it instead of using your phone. When you take more pictures using your camera, you'll practice photography more often. When you practice photography more often, what will happen? You will become a better photographer. You will improve your photography skill. You'll be able to train your eyes better to see opportunities for good photos, and you'll just overall have better composition, better understanding about the light, more experience as a photographer, and your photos will dramatically improve as a result. So if you wanna take better photos, use smaller camera, and G100 is one of the best example of a small camera. Pair it with a small but competent lens like my 14mm f2.5, or even just use the kit lens, the 12 to 32mm lens. It is a competent lens as well. A little bit of drawback in terms of flaring, ghosting when you are shooting in backlight condition, but for general stuff, it is sharp, it is contrasty, it can produce great photos. Also, I come to appreciate G100's tactility and performance as well, not just the image quality. First of all, boot time of this camera is almost instantaneous. The time it requires for me to turn on the camera until I can grab a photo is just a matter of seconds. It's just so quick, and this experience is emphasized by my experience of using my phone for capturing photo. When I was in Bali on my latest vacation, whenever I want to take photo with my phone, I have to grab it out of my pocket, I have to turn it on, unlock it using my pin or my fingerprint, and then I have to open the camera app, and everything is operated using touchscreen, and that's just annoying. And I missed a few shots because it's too long, the time required for me to open the camera app and take photo with my phone compared to just using my G100. The G100, you can strap it around your neck, you can carry it everywhere, always ready, and when you want to take photo, just turn it on and bam, you'll get the photo right away, compared to using your phone, which takes a lot of time and also annoying as well. Ultimately, I still think that the G100 is still a great camera. I love it so much, and I will continue using it. A lot of things are done right with this camera. Performance, handling, manual control, EVF, sensor, the fully articulating screen, being able to use it as a video camera as well, as you are seeing me right now through my G100 with the ability to attach a microphone. A lot of things are right with this camera. When you actually use it out in the field, you'll appreciate the G100 even more. I think that is very important. And what stays the same? I still wish that Panasonic Lumix will release a successor to the G100 with some improvements. Mainly, I hope that they will implement face detect autofocus as well as in-body stabilized sensor. I think that will make the camera to become more competent, and I think that will be the king of everyday carry camera or even travel camera, and I think it will sell like a hot cake. And that wraps up today's video. So those are all of my thoughts, experience, observation about the Panasonic Lumix G100 after using it for more than 6 months. This is my long-term review. Hopefully it has been interesting, entertaining, and ultimately useful for you. Hopefully you learned something from this video. But enough about me. What about you? I want to hear from you as well. What is your favorite everyday camera? Is it the G100 or some other camera, and why? I want to learn from you. I always love to read your comments, so please comment down below. Anyway, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. If you want to support my work even further, consider joining my Patreon membership, link on the description below. And also check out my latest travel photography video course called Simplifying Travel Photography. I think you will love it. Also use the affiliate links on the description below. You will get some discounts on select products and services, while at the same time I will get a small kickback to keep this channel running. Or use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel. Thank you very much. I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.